the light of conflict. For days, the entrance of the village had been filled with noise and excitement. When the electricians from town began setting up electric poles, the villagers gathered every day to watch. Children stared wide-eyed at the strange machines and pulleys, while the adults murmured, half in amazement, half in sighs. "We're real townsfolk now, huh?" Father said, wiping the sweat from his brow. "All thanks to electric light." Grandmother shook her head slowly. "What good is all that light if people's hearts stay dark? 10 lamps can't help a soul lost in shadow." That evening, a strange tension hung over the dinner table. Father looked excited while Grandmother was silent. "Now we'll be able to work even at night," Father said. "After the field work, we can study at the community hall, and the children can read after dark. And when will people rest? When will they look at their families and smile?" Her voice was quiet but firm. "When there's too much light, people stop seeing faces, they only see shadows." Father fell silent for a moment, then gently put down his spoon. "I understand what you mean, Mother, but the world must change. Electric light isn't a gift from heaven, it's hope made by human hands." Mother spoke softly, trying to ease the mood. "You're both right. A bright world is good, but the warmth of the old darkness has its place too." The oil lamp on the table flickered in the breeze. In that trembling light, Byung-chul glanced between his father's eyes and his grandmother's wrinkled hands. He didn't yet understand what the grown-ups meant by light and darkness, but as the flame grew smaller, his chest felt strangely tight. That night, Byung-chul met Yejin by the stream. She was holding a brand-new notebook. "Our teacher said when electricity comes, we can study at night, too. Do you like that idea?" "Of course. They say the world will be brighter." Stars sparkled in Yejin's eyes, but Byung-chul stayed quiet. In the distance, workers were setting up poles and stringing wires through the dark. The lines looked like a giant snake linking heaven and earth. Just then, the laboring woman came by, balancing a large basin on her head. "When that electric light comes, all my wrinkles will show," she laughed, then added, "Still, it's fine. Better to see everything clearly, that's what living's about." Her laughter echoed through the night. Byung-chul looked up. Her face was flushed not from drink this time, but from something alive, something like hope. A few days later, the villagers gathered at the community hall. The village chief shouted over the noise. "Each household must pay 3,000 won. The poles and wires cost a lot." "Mrs." Soon he raised her hand. 3,000 won. That's a whole sack of rice. With that money, I could buy a train ticket to Seoul." The crowd stirred. Then the old man, known for his temper, struck the floor with his cane and stood. "Whoever won't pay can stay in the dark." His eyes flashed. "Mrs." Soon he bit her lip and pulled her children close. Watching the scene, Byung-chul felt a lump in his chest. "I thought everyone would be happy once it got bright. Why are they fighting?" Yejin whispered softly. "Before the lights, we couldn't see each other's faces so well. Maybe that's why we fought less." Her words were quiet, almost too grown up for her age. When the meeting ended, the sky was filled with glittering stars. Byung-chul looked up. Maybe Grandma was right. "What did she say?" "She said when there's too much light, you can't see the stars." Yejin looked up at the night sky and smiled faintly. "But the stars don't disappear. They're still there, just hidden from our eyes." At that moment, birds perched on top of a tall electric pole. White moonlight slid down the wire like a stream of silver. A strange shiver ran through Byung-chul. The world was truly changing. The world grew brighter that year, but in that brightness people began to see the shadows of one another. For the very first time, the night the lights came on. It was an unusually hot summer night. As soon as the sun disappeared behind the hills, people began to gather one by one in front of the village hall. Men stood around the newly raised electric poles, smoking and staring up in wonder. Women wiped the sweat from their necks with white handkerchiefs and chatted excitedly. Children chased the sounds of crickets, their voices full of laughter and anticipation. "Is it tonight, then?" "Yeah, they said 8 o'clock sharp." Faces were glowing with a mix of excitement and nervousness, as if a festival were about to begin. Byung-chul stood with Yejin near the hall. She was clutching her brand-new notebook to her chest. "Now we can really study at night," she said. "Yeah," he nodded. "But I feel a little scared." "Why?" "What if the world gets too bright?" Yejin tilted her head, puzzled, but there was something serious in his tone. A moment later, the village head appeared with a loudspeaker in hand. "Folks, the day has finally come. From tonight on, our village will shine with electric light." Cheers erupted. The laboring woman, half drunk on rice wine, waved her bottle and shouted, "Ehaya dia, no tears tonight. Once the lights come on, everything'll be all right." Everyone laughed. From the edge of the village came a low hum-woong. The air seemed to tremble as the current ran through the wires. Children held their breath. "Here we go, turning on the switch," the village head cried. In that instant, the world burst into dazzling white light. "Wow!" someone shouted. Every alley, every house, every corner of the village was suddenly bright. Faces long hidden in the dark now appeared, familiar yet strangely new. Byung-chul stood frozen, staring. Yejin covered her eyes, then peeked through her fingers. "It's like daytime," she whispered. His mother clasped her hands together under the white glow. "Thank heaven," she murmured. "The children won't have to stop reading because it's too dark anymore." Father brushed his eyes. "So this is what it means to live in a real world." But grandmother stood quietly against the wall of the hall, a faint smile on her lips tinged with sorrow. "Now the stars are gone," she said softly. Everyone lifted their heads to the sky. Sure enough, the stars had vanished. Moments ago, they had sparkled like a waterfall of light. Now the sky was pale and empty. Someone muttered, "The world really has become brighter." Yet in that voice was a hint of sadness. Then the laboring woman began to sing softly. "Oh, bright moon above, please shine on my husband's face." Laughter and applause rippled through the crowd. Her voice was half laughter, half tears. And somehow, in that trembling sound, everyone felt warmth. Byung-chul looked up again. Under the white glow of electric bulbs, the stars had truly disappeared. But he felt as if somewhere they were still watching. "Grandma," he asked quietly, "when the lights come, do the stars all go away?" "No," she smiled, stroking his hair. "They don't disappear, our eyes just get too bright to see them. That's why we have to keep the stars inside us, so they don't fade no matter how bright the world becomes." Children's laughter echoed beneath the electric glow. But inside Byung-chul's heart, a small patch of darkness began to grow. Not fear, but a kind of longing. A quiet ache that the world was changing too fast. Night deepened. The electric lights still shone bright, but between them, a single faint starlight flickered gently in the sky. The electric lights brightened the world, but from that night on, the starlight began to hide within people's hearts.